This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so here we have joint product and activity-based costing 10-3, and we have the assumptions. We have, let me just see. See the whole problem.
Okay.
So the assumptions are, you got your quantities of principals, intermediate, advanced, and tax. You got your ink for the books. You got your paper for the books. You got your labor productivity, and you got your labor rate, which is $20 an hour in each case. You have your selling price multiples. You have your labor hours and your machine hours. And we're doing one allocation basis. So any questions so far on where we are? Any questions?
So I didn't know. So we were supposed to be working from the Excel sheet.
Yes. Why do you think I did all that work to prepare it?
I thought it was because you said 10-3, so I was going off of the word thing. Maybe that's why I was confused.
From Blackboard, that's where the class was going based off of the 10-3 assignment.
Do you think you learned better from Excel?
Personally, I think it's more organized than Excel than Word, but that's just my opinion.
So are those the assumptions that you all have?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just see if I can. And we're working with the labor hours. Those are labor hours, and I just take the machine hours out. So is everything, we have everything in there now? Selling price multiples 2, 3, 3, and 4. This didn't come in there, right? Product, let me see. Quantity 40, 30. I need to move these up. Let's just see. Let me see if I can try these again. Because I think this is what we want. Isn't this 40, 30, 10, 10?
Yes, that's the one we need.
Okay. See if I can get jumping around on me. Okay. I need to put the selling price multiples in. How many people can work in Excel?
I can work in Excel. I know the basics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you all see this okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what we've done is to transfer the information to the Excel worksheet. And let's see. Three, correct?
Yeah. I'm trying to do the same thing. It's transferred.
Content. 10-3. Okay.
Professor, did you just remove everything that was, because is that the original template for another assignment, and you just took all that out and put this in?
Yeah, that was the in-class problem template. So now we have this information in here. And the first thing you all supposed to do is calculate activity rates, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
What is the activity rate?
10.
10.
So we're going to copy these and paste them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the copy and paste. Suppose I change this to 5,000. And I wanted the change to occur down here. What could I do with my copy and paste for that to occur? Copy it in. And when we get down here, and we get ready to paste, let's go to paste special. Paste the link. What did I have here originally? 4,000?
LaKenya,
Yes.
could you check your email again? Because I resent it.
Okay.
I don't know why it showed up blank the first time.
So you see how now when I did that paste special, that now is linked so that anytime I make a change, that change is going to show up down here.
I got it. We're going over it right now, too.
Okay.
So does everyone see what I did?
Yes.
I went to a paste special. So that can be important as you go through, because when you got errors, when you do a paste special, it can correct through when that number has to be repeated somewhere else. If you don't posted pay special, then it won't change. Okay. So what's our activity rate?
10.
How we get 10?
Wasn't the manufacturing overhead 400,000?
Okay.
That was 400.
That's what it's saying. Right? You get 10 by adding let me dividing, excuse me. You know what I
We
meant.
divided the manufacturing overhead by the total.
Labor hours.
Right.
Give me the formula to do that automatically in Excel.
I don't know that.
Don't know that.
You look about the sales where you could just put it in.
Equal, we're gonna put
You
the
put the
equal.
sale number,
Whenever you
but I
go in
can't see that.
formula, we're gonna put the equal down. You said, can
So
you
what
see?
I sell,
I
let
can't
me
see
see.
the number.
Let's just see about it.
So what,
Okay, I can see it now.
Yeah, you can always adjust your screen.
Yeah, I had it zoomed in. So it would be C, what, 23?
So we got
Plus
the equal. Then we
3.
can put a
No.
parenthesis here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna click on the 400,000.
That, and then divided by the H, the 40,000,
Put
the
a
total.
slash here, right?
Yes.
Then we're gonna click on this,
H 23.
put a parenthesis.
Close.
How's that?
Oh, yeah.
So this is part of the reasons I wanted to work this in Excel so that as going forward. So you see how easy it is to put a formula in, equal, parentheses, and you just click on the cell. So you all should be doing this on your Excel sheets that you have. If you can, I don't know if you, okay. So now we need our labor hours. So we're gonna do what? Bring those down. And same as in Word. I go to a paste with a special values. Okay. So with a formula involved, it didn't want to paste, so I had to go and hit paste values. Okay. Now we need this activity rate. And so a couple of things we can do here. I guess we'll just copy it. So I gotta go to, once again, values. Okay. So that's important. Now, whenever something has been calculated, it won't just put that number in there automatically. So you have to go to pay special and hit values. Okay. Now we're ready to allocate the overhead. So how are we going to allocate that overhead? What are we going to do here?
No, I was muted, but yeah, line 1 times line 2.
So this equals one. Says it found a typo in my, yeah, go ahead and correct it, yeah. So it hasn't calculated that, correct? Any question?
How's the 4,000?
Oh, sorry. I was talking and
No,
my
it's not
mic was off.
right.
But
It's not.
it has to be a asterisk. Like you have to use a star, not the X.
You're right. It just has to be the asterisk. So thank you.
50,000 times 10.
Equals
40,000.
40. Or 4,000, excuse me. Not 40, but 4,000 times 10.
this. And you're right, it's asterisk. Where's my asterisk at?
You're on a Mac, right? It's on the 8.
Okay, we got the 40,000, right? Now, suppose we want to copy that formula all the way across. How we do that? So we can put the formulas in, but can we copy it?
If I'm not mistaken,
I'm pretty sure you can.
yeah, you like highlight the bar, the section, and you just go across intermediate, advanced, and tax, and it should automatically calculate it. If I'm not mistaken, it's been a while since I used Excel like this in a way.
It's not doing that. But you should be able to just drag it across and do that. I agree with
Okay.
these. All right. Okay, now it's coming. Now I got to, let me undo that. The issue that these lines are not the same size. So I'll let you all figure out a way to do that. So hopefully using your line the same size. We know that this is what, 60,000 for the next one?
Yes.
Yes.
Then 10,000, is that right?
Correct.
100,000.
No. 100,000.
This is what, 200,000? I mean,
Yes. 200,000.
what's our total over here?
400,000.
Okay, so this should be 400,000 here. This should be 400,000. Okay, so theoretically should have been able just to drag it across over. It's a lot easier to drag it down, but it should do the same thing. Our quantities were what? These numbers up here?
It was,
Huh?
yeah. Mhm. Yes.
So there are our quantities. And so what's our unit over here cost gonna be? Let's see if we can use
Over.
equal.
10.
That one is 10.
And we can use a slash here, right?
Wait, aren't those numbers displaced? Shouldn't they be over 1?
Say that again.
Like you should have pasted those the
All right.
row of numbers from principal over tax, not under manufacturing overhead,
Oh,
right?
you have them the wrong way. Let me clear contents. Clear all. Okay, so I should have been here. I should have had them here. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Big special. There we go. So
Yeah.
once formulas are in there, it's, they kind of, something happens in Excel that it doesn't want to paste it. So we wanted to, we'd have to divide here, correct?
Yes.
This would be
We're dividing that one by the 4,000.
slash. See if it really does it. I need to put those parentheses in. Parentheses. Let's see. Clear content.
I think I did that wrong. I
Okay.
have put I don't know why, but under the quantity, I use the numbers at the top, the quantity from the assumptions, where it said 40,000, 30,000, 10,000.
For our assumption that up here, that might work
Yeah, that's
better.
what I use. I don't know. I use that for right there.
Okay, that might work better because it's not copied.
Did anybody else do that?
I use that too.
Then we can click this and wait a minute. So I need to click this. I need to slash, then go up to the top and get the 4,000. Wait a minute, the quantity here for principles. Put a parentheses here. Did not do what I wanted to do.
Well, who has principles?
Like it's on Excel.
I did, but I didn't know how to work it out.
We'll try to get equal. Wait a minute. Thanks. Equal parentheses. So the allocator overhead is 40,000. So that should be here first. Then we're going to divide it by the quantity. So we say we're going to go up here to the top. So our quantity, which is 40,000. Wait a minute, let's see. Wait a minute. We got 40, 20, 10, and 10 is the quantities. So our quantities are wrong.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, the quantities that got, I don't know where they came from.
I think you copied the labor hours from up at the top and you did the same thing, but you were supposed to take those. So I think you copied the wrong numbers. That's why it's off.
Yeah, okay, copy. So let me put those quantities in. Okay. So now let me clear the content. Let me see if it'll work right there, right here now. So I'll need equal, here, parentheses, slash. That gives me the one. Okay, so that's the one we wanted. So theoretically, we should be able to drag this over but it's not doing it. So let's just undo that. That's kind of the way because they're not equal, so it's not letting it drag over. So 60 divided by 30 is what?
2.
2.
Yes.
Then 100 divided by 10 is what? Put a
10.
formula. That's going to be 10. And
Yeah.
200 divided by it's going to be what? 20.
20.
All right, I've done all the work for y'all now. So you got your unit cost, so it's time for y'all to work now. Fill out the rest of this chart. Your next set.
Well, I have the information for intermediate.
Okay, so let's look at intermediate then. So how much is the ink for intermediate?
40.
How much is the paper?
20.
How much is the labor?
4.
So the labor is 4. And then can we put an equal sign here? And if we click on this, would that do it? I didn't do it that way. Let's see. See if we do it this way. Equal, parentheses.
It would be over number 2. No.
All right, remember it's intermediate, not principles.
Ah, thank you. So
Equal parentheses and then the one next to principal.
equal, shift parentheses, then we click here. Shift parentheses. Okay. So you all supposed to be doing this now on the rest of them. So we're just doing this. And so our total unit cost, we can just do an auto sum, right?
Yeah.
All right, which should be 66.
Then
Yeah.
our selling price, we're gonna put an equal in here, right?
Ours is 3.
Yep.
Parentheses.
Mm-hmm.
What's our selling price multiple for intermediate?
3.
3.
Right, it was 3.
And then we need an asterisk in here, don't we? Where's the asterisk?
No, not yet.
Why?
Because we multiply until the next one down, the selling price.
Wait a minute, say that again. Oh,
Wouldn't
I see that. Okay. What's our selling price multiple? What, 3?
3?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then here we have the equal.
You could just, yeah.
Better do it.
That one, asterisk, and the one below it.
Yep. And then it's 10
The
or
predetermined overhead is 10.
Yep.
So all of these are 10.
Correct.
Okay, so 10. Let me just try something right quick. Now I'm gonna just put the 10s in. I was gonna try to see if I could paste it all the way across, but so we got one book done. Okay, let's get the rest of the books done. So I want you all using Excel to do Principles Advanced in Tax.
Well, I guess I don't know, I can go through it with you.
I did them.
How do I calculate the overhead?
So who's done principles?
I've done. We just did. That was
No, we
principles.
just,
No, that was just intermediate. Principles. So, sir,
I can do it for you.
Okay.
It's
What's
ink is
ink is what?
20,
Paper,
10,
labor,
2,
overhead,
1,
the total unit cost,
33,
selling price multiple,
2,
so selling price,
66,
okay, need advance in tax.
I got advanced to
Okay, tell me about advance.
60, paper 40, labor 20, overhead 10, 130, 3, and 390.
Okay, and then let's move on to tax.
80, 30, 40, 20, 170, 40, 680.
Okay, any questions?
the selling price multiple was 40.
I think it was 4, wasn't it?
No, I think we were supposed to time because it said, let me look.
Well, I think it was 4, wasn't it? Yeah. Just send them
4.
all 4.
Say 2 hours per book.
No, we're talking about the
Oh
selling
yeah.
multiple.
If it's 2 hours per book, she's supposed.
No, that's
Yeah,
supposed to
you.
be timed. That's not
Selling price multiple. We're talking about 2 different things.
what we talking about.
That
Multiple was 4
Right. We put 4.
at 40.
Right. There was
but down there it was under 40.
right. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I put a 40 here rather than a 4. That's all.
Oh, okay.
But do you have to edit the price, the selling price?
No, that's you multiply that. That's not the
He didn't do a formula. He just did. Okay, cool.
I just want to know, how do you find the overhead?
How did I find what?
Like, how do you find the overhead? I guess ink, paper, labor, then say overhead. How do I find that number?
Explain to them how to get the overhead number.
Oh, that's what she was just talking about. So for the principals, you would be dividing because
So,
it was. Go ahead, Lakeem.
so you got that number. So for tax, you see how it say 2 hours per book? Is that what you're talking about? How do we get 40?
Said this number here.
Oh, he's talking about 10. How do we get 10?
No, look. It says on here, it says ink, paper, labor, and then it says overhead. I'm trying to figure out how to get the overhead.
Talking about this line here.
Yeah, that's the part where you divide.
Oh, we just did that at the top. Do you see how when we did 4,000? Go up, Professor. You see right there that number 1. That's how we
Yeah,
got that.
unit overhead cost.
Mm-hmm. So that 1, that final number, that's how we got that. And if you look for intermediate, you see it's 2. That's 2
Yeah, I see.
for tax.
And
Yeah,
do
I
you
see
see
it.
how the 1 was calculated?
Hmm?
Do you see how the 1 was calculated?
Yes, sir.
But then we
It'll be
moved the 1 down here. Do
right.
you
Okay.
get the 1? Do you know how you got the 1?
Yes, sir. You divided line 3 by line 4.
All right. Well, what is line 3?
The allocated overhead.
I would get 40,000.
40,000. I'm not sure.
All right, let's go to the top. We need to allocate this overhead to each book.
Right.
It's 400,000. We come up with an activity rate, weighted average, which is 10, which is 400,000 divided by all the hours. So we're going to allocate that overhead at 10 per hour. So principals have 4,000 labor hours. 10 times 4,000 gives you 40,000. That's the number. That's the amount of the overhead that's allocated to the principal's book. We making 40,000, so we divide the quantity being made into that, and we get 1. Do you kind of see that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, tell me how they got the intermediate then, since you kind of see it. Tell me
Okay.
about.
Well, so the labor hours is in the assumptions. The activity rate is 10 across for all of them. So to get the allocated overhead, you multiply the labor hours by the activity rate, and that's how you got the 60,000. And then the quantity to be produced was in the assumptions chart as well. And you divide the number that you just got from multiplying by the quantity to get your unit overhead cost, which is 2.
All right. You got it now.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sounds good to me. Now we ready to make some journal entries?
Yes, sir.
Ready to make journal entries? Now, if you would note that you're going to eventually come back to this, but you notice, the accounts are already laid out.
See, this is why. Okay.
You got to account for each book. So let's talk about this. The company's going to buy some ink and everything to make the book. But then the principal's book has its journal entries. Then the intermediate book has its journal entries. The advanced book has its journal entries. And the tax has its journal entries. So what we need is somebody to take each book. So Buford, you'll take the company. Ledette principals, McCaskill intermediate, Dansby advanced, and Corey Clifton tax.
Professor Boyd.
Yes.
But isn't that what we already worked on?
For this book, these journal entries.
LaKenya?
Well, y'all
The
supposed to
journal
work on it.
part? What did you say?
I want y'all to work them for this problem.
But isn't that what was sent over?
Can you
Right.
put them back on the screen?
But the question is, Doctor, is that we all had individual books. I had intermediate originally, which I've already did part of the journal entry for that. Whereas,
No
me and
problem, that's fine. If you want intermediate, you can have intermediate.
well, not for me personally. I'm just saying, like in general, I think that was the question that we already had our parts, and I think they were
We already
asking if we can
working
just
on.
parts that we already started on, if that makes sense.
Yes, you can. I didn't understand. So,
Yeah.
so
So
Karen,
then,
what you got? All right, Danzy, which book you want?
I had
Dansby and I were
right. Me and Ladette had intermediate.
All right, well, y'all do intermediate. Pascal?
Okay.
I had principles, but the one that I did, I clicked the one that you put on Blackboard, and apparently it has different questions. Like it has a different set of assumptions, so my answers are different.
Different problem.
You said what?
This is a different problem.
Then the
We-
one that's on Blackboard.
Yeah, we had worked that one. So yeah, this is another
Okay.
one.
so
Cliff,
we're not about to do 10-3 anymore.
yes,
No,
Tim?
yeah, it's 10-3. What he was talking about was 10-7, I believe, which we did last week.
No,
And so,
but I'm talking about on Blackboard where when I went to course content
Word.
to find it,
mhm.
and I clicked
You
10-3, it said joint product activity based costing. Like it literally says that, but it's a completely different set of questions. So I actually did do the work, but I did the work for that different set of questions.
Anybody else
But
have that?
I know
that's what for me as well. I didn't work on the Excel. I worked on the
Word
the
document.
Word,
Mhm.
and it
That
wasn't.
doesn't matter.
It
That
weren't
doesn't matter.
journal.
That doesn't matter. Okay, so you can work the Word document. That's not a big issue.
Oh,
But,
no, it does
but
matter.
were
What
these
happened?
assumptions the same?
No, it was different.
it's different assumptions.
Right, I
Okay.
believe that like 10-7, and the Word document was 10-3. And so I just did the Word document and not the Excel because I knew that was different. So I think that's what he's talking about. He did the Excel, which was 10-7, I believe, and not 10-3. Where we did 10-3, me and Ladette. Does that make sense?
Con, what did you do, Buford?
I was supposed to do the company, but I can't do the company if I don't have.
But I'm saying, which problem did you work on? Which assumptions?
I was supposed to take the companies. You told me to do the companies.
No, he's asking 10-3 or 10-7 or what 10
Yeah, I knew what.
But remember, Buford, earlier when we were talking about the difference between the Excel sheet and what was on the Word document, how on the Word document it says journal entries, but it's just asking us to put like the ink and the paper. It's no like credit debit thing going on.
Oh, that was
So
in
that was
the Word document. Oh, so I was explaining to her that I figured that you wanted us to do the journal entries in Excel with our own template or a template that you already had in there. However, you did have another template in there that had different assumptions, and that's the one that Muskowski did. So that was the
I
part.
guess I meant for you to clean it out and work the current one, I guess. But that's
Yeah.
okay. So which one did you work, Buford, once again?
10-3.
other word.
Are these the same?
she wasn't able to do her part unless everyone else did their part because she was doing the company and everybody else was doing principles, tax, advanced, intermediate books.
All
And
right,
no,
okay.
So I don't know who else had what. I just know that, Dansby and I were working on intermediate McCaskill did principles.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of your class, man. I don't know where
Our class only 6 of us.
Well,
5.
only a few people gonna pass, I guess. The others don't want to pass.
That is not true.
They're not here.
I mean, I think like they're doing the work.
Well, that's on the phone right now.
Somebody
That's what Ron told me to tell you that he's driving back to Houston right now, so he's unable to attend class.
Who said that?
Jenkins.
Okay.
One is gonna pass. We're gonna pass, guys.
Hey, I'm honestly just trying to,
If you're in
understand the
class,
material.
if you're in class, you probably will pass. If you're not in class, you probably won't pass.
One is
That probably gets me.
Okay. Buford, once again, did you have these assumptions or a different set?
I had the 10-3 assumptions, but I cannot move on unless I have all their information.
I didn't ask you all of that.
Oh, okay.
These assumptions right here, did you
What are the assumptions? I trying to show me something or what? Because I can't see.
Oh.
Y'all see, right? Y'all see that he yelled at, and then he right. I can't see them.
Oh, did you have these assumptions? Miss Buford, did you have these assumptions?
Yes, that's why I was able to give them to you.
Why didn't you share these assumptions with the other people, Miss Buford? So they would have the same assumptions that you were working under.
Professor, that's not the problem. They are able to do that. It's the journal entries.
No, okay.
It was
Y'all are
like
funny.
I was under the impression
Professor Boyd, can you go to the Word document really fast so I can show you what we're talking about?
it's the same thing, guys. It's just that he put it in Excel. The main problem for everyone is the journal entries. Everything we just did, everyone can basically do already.
Well, we're not going to
I mean,
resolve.
that's what I was under the impression.
Ladette,
Yeah.
can we just work this one since we got it up?
I mean,
Yeah.
like that.
No,
Okay.
that's not the problem. Yes, we can work this one. I was confused because I was working through the Word document. So that was my mistake.
No, but when you make journal entries, there's no difference between the Word document and Excel. There's no difference.
It was. See, that's what I'm saying. I would like for you to open that go back to the document that you can see there weren't any. It says journal entries, but there weren't any journals there. Like,
Oh, but I got them right here. Let's forget about it. Let's. Okay.
I think it's a good idea. Why am I saying pause?
Can we work from these assumptions here? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let me make sure these are my assumptions though. Yeah, I might better do what Ladette's saying here because I don't know how these things got in here. Because these are probably
Those are assumptions. It's supposed to be 200,000 and 175.
so these are not the okay, so these are probably old, okay?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the old everyone was getting confused on.
Right, like a week.
I got it now. That's what I was trying to find. I got it. I'm slow today.
It's okay. I'm kind of slow
it's
today too.
Monday.
It's Monday.
You recording it?
All right.
Oh,
So
we
Yeah,
recording.
Y'all
Well,
Are
funny.
we okay? Are we okay with these numbers right here?
Yes.
Okay. So now we need to change these, correct? To what's on the Word document,
Mm-hmm.
which is what Karen was saying. So we're agreeing with you, Karen. So what should this number be?
what number be? That number should be 200,000.
How much?
200,000.
That what you have, Karen?
Yeah, I have 200,000 for that, and then the next one I have 175,000.
Okay. That's easy. So we weren't saying these were set.
No, those are wrong too.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that I just put the template in and left the numbers. So you can always just take the numbers out.
That's what I
Right
did.
now, so I apologize, Karen. I see what you're saying.
Sierra Professor. Who is Karen?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting everything wrong today. Okay.
Just go
It's
back to
Monday.
you do better with last names. Just say Ladette.
Yes, stay with Ladette.
Mhm.
Okay. Now let me just see something here.
Woo. Learning.
You want me to take the numbers, Professor?
Say what?
You want me to finish telling you the numbers, or you're pretty big?
I was trying to give you the control, but I guess you're on that. Whatever. Okay. How much is ink?
Ink, 40,000.
How much?
40,000. 60,000. 30,000. 40,000.
Paper?
40,000. 60,000. 20,000. 30,000.
Labor hours?
4,500. 5,500. 11,000. 20,000. And then the total is next to it. The total is going to be 41,000. Y'all have these same numbers, correct?
What?
Yes, you're
Okay.
right. These are the right numbers.
Okay, so right here is going to be 45,000. Oh, below it, I'm sorry, the applied overhead.
Wait a minute. Actual labor hours is 4,500. So what are you telling me here?
It's 45,000. No?
These are just quantities in here. So we just copy these. Then we will make the journal entries. We'll put the dollar. These are just quantities. So what you said, 45,000 is correct in terms of when we multiply it by that $10 activity rate in the journal entry, that's what it's going to be. Give me the completed books.
35,000. 25,000. Oh, sorry. 8,000 and 8,000.
We'll go
Pardon?
I mean, tax.
That was 8,000.
Okay. Advance was 8, right?
Correct.
What's tax?
8,000.
Also?
Yes.
What's low?
25,000. 20,000.
20,000.
5,000. And then 5,000 again.
So are we all clear now? And what's the
And
actual?
right there, 39. I'm sorry, 390,000.
Okay. So now we ready. Can we make journal entries now?
Wait, how did you get the? Where does that 390,000 come from?
It was
That-
just already there.
Yeah, that's a given.
Okay.
These are the actual overhead costs. So now you're going to make those same journal entries. So if you don't have intermediate, you just do intermediate. So look over your, so let's see who's working on what.
Dansby, what do you have?
Intermediate.
I mean, like, were you able to work it through the journal entries or no?
Yeah, I didn't complete it because I ran out of time. Class is starting. But I did everything all the way down to sales and cost of goods sold.
All right, so Ladette, you take principles, okay? Dandry has intermediate. McCaskill, you take
How
advanced.
you gonna-
Do you want another one?
No, no,
And
thank you.
Buford, you take tax.
You want me to take tax?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't hear Clifton.
I was about to say, I thought you gave me tax.
All right, Clifton has tax. She finally answered.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Everybody else was talking. I was just listening.
And Buford, you've got the
company.
all
Got
right,
it.
so we're set now.
Well, for me with the company, I can just go ahead and put those first two numbers in for ink and paper, correct?
Right, and you can also go ahead and do this one. So
The
I'm just saying, I'll come back and do it. So I'm gonna give you all 15 minutes to get all your journal entries done.
Can you put it back up?
You want the assumptions?
Yes.
This. So make your journal entries based on that. You're supposed to have your Excel sheet. So make your journal entries based on that. You all problems, so y'all got to work it if y'all want credit. If I work it, no credit.
Is Professor Boyd still there? I need that assumptions chart.
I'm not sure where he went. I thought he was about to put it back up for you.
Oh well.
Hey, Dansby, how did you get 2.4 million?
For the journal entry, let me see. I have to trace my steps. Give me a second. I'm gonna mute myself though, because it's kind of noisy out.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm like completely lost. Like I don't know how to do this shit.
It's okay. I'm trying to work the principles. But
Where's the numbers we're supposed to be looking at?
That's what I
he was
need. I want him to put it back on the screen before he left.
Give me one second. The way I do it, whenever I forget a step or if I forget I do something, I go back to his YouTube videos because he goes slow and depth into it. I just follow along. And so that's what I'm doing right now. All right.
that's what I'm doing too.
I see.